What do soup, sandwiches and hot cars have in common? Brand loyalty. Well, that's at least according to a new report by the research firm Sullivan Partners. They ranked companies based on things like performance and also the ability to maintain a loyal customer base despite negative publicity. Well, let's bring in Chris Malone, founder of Sullivan Partners. Great to have you with us today, Chris. Let's take a look, first of all, at the best customer loyalty of 2013. Number one is Panera Bread, Toyota and Tesla. Why?
Panera has really been a customer loyalty juggernaut for the past decade. Not only have they got same-store sales growth straight through the recession, just powered on through it, unlike other chains, but they have built tremendous relationships and loyalty with their customers, and frankly, they build relationships with their communities and done it without the benefit of deep discounts or heavy advertising campaigns. And I think that despite the kind of slowdown they saw in the third quarter, you're going to see that as a short hiccup, and they're going to continue to power upward.
What have they done right?
Frankly, I think what they've done right is that they have made it a human touch in the community. One of the things that we found is that loyalty is much more driven by the human aspect of business than the competence or skill aspect than you might expect. And so my colleague, Dr. Susan Fisk at Princeton, kind of a world-renowned psychologist on human relationships and loyalty, we found that the way that we form loyalty to companies and brands is really based on what we think we know about them as people.
You've also got a worst list out there. I'm afraid to say BlackBerry. Myself, I think I might be the last loyal user of BlackBerry out there, but nonetheless, they topped the list for the worst customer loyalty of this year, followed by Sears and also United Airlines. Were there any surprises in there to you?
Not so much. I think there are so many negative stories, whether it's, BlackBerry becoming Shrinkberry or Red Inkberry. I think, you mentioned that you're still a user. I think you and Barack Obama and his staff are perhaps the last ones that are still on BlackBerry. But United Airlines is another case of kind of customer torture through these acquisitions and integration problems.
And you look at Sears and United, they've got good people working for each of these companies, but they do have a lot in common, right? I mean, they've sort of got these brands which have been tarnished a bit. Customer service can be a little bit lacking. What do you think are the main components toward disloyalty? Is it an unclean store? Is it a cramped airline seat? Is it surly employees? Is there one thing more than others, Chris?
Actually, we find there's kind of two basic components to it. There's what we call warmth, which is what are your intentions towards me? Are you honest, trustworthy, reliable, act in my best interest? And then there's competence, which is your skill, your reliability, your ability, and all of that. In the case of Sears, it's really kind of death by 1,000 cost cuts. And they are ranked really low, far behind Macy's and others in both warmth and competence. And United was actually at the bottom of the list on warmth and competence relative to all the companies we evaluated.
The employees are beaten up. They're just
they really
and
are.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them for all the stuff they've gone through, right?
Exactly. And everything we've
angry passengers yelling at you all day long on United. I don't blame them for not being the most chipper people in the world.
Exactly. And every company we've seen that's got tremendous customer loyalty, it starts with the employees, and employees that are engaged are the ones that turn around and treat customers well. And that's the problem at United and Sears.
I always go to Trader Joe's because they're just such happy people working there. They seem to really want to work there. It's an enjoyable place to be. Thank you so much for joining us today, Chris.
Pleasure to talk with you.
And the book is called The Human Brand, How We Relate to People, Products, and Companies. Chris, thank you very much.
Thank you.